Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Bird's Eye View. I am here with the lovely Mr. Krow.
Hey everybody, hey load up.
So, in this digital age that we have, there's a lot of power with social media and stuff. And we did a video the other day that we said a few key terms, and that video was removed from YouTube lickety split.
Was not liked by many.
And
or by
we
one.
got a
by
strike.
one, yeah.
We got a strike for it. But so now we'll have to be a little careful not to say any of those things. And so, but now what's happening is there's starting to be some revelations and some things coming back into the news that were at the time fake news or conspiracy theories and stuff.
Yeah, I think I want to stick with the conspiracy theories. People hear fake news and they're going to be like, oh.
So remember when, during the 2020 election that Joe Biden won? Okay, we're not saying that didn't happen.
It's not.
What we're saying is there was some things that came out and it was downplayed as conspiracy theories, like Hunter Biden's laptop. You remember that? That was Russian propaganda, fake news. That never happened. Now all of a sudden, all these news outlets are being like, well, it might have been some merit to it in some things. And now it's starting to come back into the news. Now there's starting to be a lot more information free flowing out of that laptop that is of serious concern. And we're not even talking about Hunter Biden's coked out pictures, and his, we're not even talking about that kind of stuff.
No.
What we're talking about is him selling access to the big guy, which is his dad, Joe Biden.
If you guys don't know.
Right, that's his dad.
Just let us help connect the dots for you.
And now they're talking about how his dad was writing letters of recommendation for his Chinese business partners because there's like this huge Chinese Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, and I forgot Joe's brother's name. There's like those three of them mixed up with the Chinese and took a lot of money from the Chinese. So, but this
gets a lot deeper than I even understood.
But right at the top here that we can't see, it says, during the 2020 presidential election, Twitter suspended the New York Post after they were first to report on Hunter's emails. Okay, let's stop right there. So this is part of the social media censorship problem with Twitter and YouTube, and things where you can't talk about some things or they instantly remove you. This is evidence of Twitter affecting a presidential election. Purposely. Bearing evidence of misconduct.
Yeah. See, this starts to get the conversation going is why do they get the right of what is said, and where did it come from? I guess we all know maybe we know the answers to that. We can speculate that. But
well, and here's the thing is because Twitter is a left-leaning company.
Yes.
They censor. They have the right because it's not a government entity. They're not bound by freedom of speech. That they can censor at will whatever they don't want on their thing. Which is why Elon Musk is about to buy them out, and there's really nothing they can do about it because he's got.
Oh, they're trying. They're trying so hard,
money.
Though.
Yeah, but they can't stop him. He's just way smarter than they are. For one, yeah. I mean, he's like, oh, you want to cap me at 4.9%? Okay, guess what? I'll just take my $273 billion and I'm going to give this guy some money and help him finance his 15%. And then I will be able to buy shares at a lower cost, and then I'll just go out to everybody and buy their shares. I'll offer them money. And so I'm like, I own Twitter. When Elon Musk emails me and says, "Hey, you want to share your shares to me?" I'm gonna say, "Hell yeah, bro! Here you are. Here you are."
Yeah.
But
You let me know.
All right, let's get back on track here. So Twitter suspended the New York Post because they didn't want that affecting Joe Biden's reputation. But now this evidence is coming out, and all these news outlets are starting to come back around, and they're like, okay, this really is news, and we're not reporting on it, which means we look stupid. So now we're going to report on it and be like, oh, well, it was just found out.
Yeah, the backpedaling.
Yeah, the backpedaling. It says because they suspended the New York Post, prominent news outlets, including the Washington Post, either downplayed the news or accused it of being Russian disinformation.
So they were influenced to basically not take a step forward. And report it.
Twitter was big enough and has enough influence that because they start suspending people talking about stuff like this, the other ones were like, "Oh God, we can't get suspended on Twitter."
Yeah.
So that's just interesting. It's just very weird. But there's a lot of evidence coming out about the conduct between the Bidens, China, Ukraine, and some other things. But I mean, that everybody knows what evidence is on there. They've seen the pictures of Biden all coked out. They've seen the millions and millions of dollars that Hunter's been paid because he's an expert in nothing, but from this Chinese energy company. You know, he got millions and millions of dollars as a consultant or whatever. I don't know. And then the company that Hunter was tied to, I believe they sold one of the richest cobalt mines or whatever to China.
Oh, see, I don't know about that one. I haven't heard that.
Which hamstring, because those are like like heavy metals or something, or heavy ore or something. I don't know. There's not a lot of that kind of stuff, and those goes into like electronics and all different kinds of higher end manufacturing and stuff. And one of these richest mines is he helped China purchase it.
Interesting.
Against the U.S. Interests, basically, right?
Is that? I don't want to say too many. Never mind. I'm going to retract that. Never mind. We'll take that out. It's going to be like, that seems borderline, but we're good. We'll just keep our mouth shut on that.
Well, and that's the thing, is
Big
like,
Brother listening.
If you look at this kind of stuff versus Watergate, this is way more serious than Watergate.
Oh, yeah.
But because of mainstream media's fear of being labeled whatever, fake news or whatever by Twitter or whatever, they don't report on it.
That's just insane.
But
so interesting.
But I advise you to look up some of this. I don't want to get too deep into what's on the laptop because I'm afraid I will say something that, YouTube will be like, "Oh, can't talk about that."
Yeah,
fake
we
news.
don't like that.
Yeah.
We don't like that.
But I mean, look it up. Like some of these major news places are starting to report on it, and look, it's some very damning stuff.
I also want to encourage everybody too that don't just look it up in one place.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've had some questionable things, right? We all know that Google listens on our phones, like Apple listens on our phones, Google listens on our phones. They kind of start changing the advertisements based on what you're talking about and what your interests are. What makes you think that they won't change based on what you're usually looking at too. So don't just Google on one thing.
Use
Google, or
DuckDuckGo.
sorry, don't just Google on, you know, and I would venture out, like, do what Duck said, you know, Duck, Duck, Go. You got, I don't know who uses Bing,
Firefox,
but use
Mozilla.
Bing. You got other things out there. You got Yahoo,
Microsoft Explorer.
yeah. Just go out there and make sure that you're using more than just one source for your
Yeah.
source of info.
And,
You know,
and
they will tailor it.
And don't get your news off Twitter, because obviously they censor it.
Yeah, that's gonna. I'm interested to see what happens with Twitter in the next couple months.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Elon's just gonna outsmart him.
I'm wondering why Elon just doesn't say, you know what, screw y'all. Then I'm going to make my own.
Because okay, so alt tech never gets the full brunt of it, because it's alt tech itself, right? You have that stigma. Plus you have all those people that are afraid to leave, right?
Yeah.
It's like the Discord channel, right? I am almost not on Discord anymore since they started their own woke policing policy. Since Discord started their own woke policing policy, I am not on Discord. I am pretty much only on Gilded now. And that was, you know, it was a choice that I made, because as I didn't want to worry about what I was, you know, I want to have my own freedom of speech. I don't want a company saying, oh, well, we saw the video you made on YouTube, and so now we have to ban you off Discord. Or we saw a tweet that you liked on Twitter.
Yeah, we're going to get...
And we don't agree with that. And so now we're banning you off Discord. I was like, okay, well, let me just move over to Gilded, where I don't have to worry about that, and then do whatever you want, Discord. Like...
See, and we're in the same boat. I'd say I'm about 50 to maybe 70% on Gilded. I do very, very little on Discord. I don't interact much with people on Discord anymore.
I don't either.
Like, I look at some of the sources that I have for help on little things, and that's about it. And I have it for DMs. That's because the people I talk to on DMs on Discord aren't moved. They haven't moved over.
Well, and that's funny, because I just got a DM the other day, and they were, you know, say, hey, you know, Duck, can you, you know, and I was like, hey, I almost missed this. I even told them, hey, I almost missed this because I'm not on Discord that much. So I'm going to reply on Gilded. That way, when you reply, then I'll actually see it.
Nice.
So... but you know, that's the thing with alt tech is people are scared to move over, like, and like it's starting to get like, now I'm liking everything, like. So I was very non-political, non-political. In fact, into my 40s, I have only voted twice in my lifetime. And because I hate politics that much. But now...
That's 2 more times than I have.
But now, like, you know, like... I can't... Here we go again, like. It's killing me. It's killing me, so I know it's killing you listening to it. As a parent, it's starting to bother me a lot more what's happening. The censorship that's happening. The forced... agenda, that kind of stuff that's happening, which means now my eyes turn more to the politics of why the hell is this happening, because a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, this wasn't happening, you know. But now we have new leadership, and now there's a lot of stuff going on at work that I don't agree with, that are being forced onto me and stuff like that. And yeah, like, I don't care how you live your life. Live it. But the moment you start pushing it on me or forcing me into it or forcing me to deal with it because you have to be recognized, that's when it's a problem.
Yeah.
That's when it becomes a
I
problem.
agree. Those are these are the things I'm like looking because yeah, Duck, I'm much in the same boat. I'm starting to recognize a few other things and I'm sitting back and I'm still like just observing and I've got two younger kids that are almost reaching teenage age, right? They're just a couple of years away from it. And I'm looking at my older kids that when they became teenagers, they started to become more adventurous or more I don't want to say worldly, but it just they became part of the world. You know, they started changing money, they started exchanging, they interacting more outside of just the home and school. You know, they were looking at getting jobs and stuff. And now I'm looking at my kid, the younger kids, and I'm like, what's it going to be like in 3 years from now for them? What's it going to be like in 2 years? You know, it's like, oh man, this is going to be a big change and kind of crazy. What are the standards going to be then compared to what they are now? And it is kind of nerve wracking.
Yeah. And
So
you know, like
it's like a
oh my god, that's killing me.
like a thing.
So
I
so
like him a lot.
so you know, the girls love Disney princesses and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But now Disney is getting into politics in Florida.
Yes, very much.
And my girls are in kindergarten, and I will be damned if some teacher is going to start talking to them about gender identity and sex ed
Mm,
and that kind of stuff. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. They don't even recognize that or see it. Like they're so oblivious to race and sexual
that's yeah.
orientation and that kind of stuff. They're so oblivious to it that I don't want it influenced, especially in school. Like, you know, the Florida bill. That's a job for a parent to discuss. If they have
Should be.
questions, then it's the parent's job to discuss that. I don't think it has anything into the schools or the teachers, but now you have Disney with all that money that they had and all that influence getting political into that kind of agenda. And I don't mind if a company wants to say, "Hey, we think, you know, the Democratic president is the way to go." Fine. Or the Republican
Yeah,
president is the way to go. Fine. But when you start getting
yeah.
into those underlying political issues, when you start interfering with parents' ability to raise their kids or start influencing that, then I have to draw the line for myself. And so Disney is gone. There's no more Disney Plus. It is gone. I can't.
Wow.
It's just, I mean, I know the girls love it. They have their movies that they watch now, but there's no more Disney Plus. It's gone. You got too political, and I just can't furnish you my money to be a part of that.
You
Twitter.
some it's part of something that you don't fully agree with. I
Twitter is
understand
the
the
same
stance.
way. I've been wavering on selling this Twitter stock for ages now, but now I'm just holding on to it, waiting for Elon Musk to pay
Elon,
me.
call me.
Just waiting for Elon to pay me, and then I'm dumping the Twitter stock because they don't deserve my money either. Um, I don't know, but that's part of this thing is influencing at a super high level from
Yeah.
Twitter about this laptop. And then now the news organizations are slowly coming back out, but it's still not on the front page. Why is this
It's
not the biggest story in every single news cycle right now? Just crazy.
I I've always tried to tell my kids, you know, there's two sides to every story. And whether or not you want to believe 100% with a conspiracy theory, there's a little bit of truth behind it somewhere. What it is, you may or may not know.
You got two stories.
But then there's the other
truth
side.
and the coked out Hunter Biden version that he didn't have anything to do with it.
But you got it. Well, maybe he just thinks he does because he was just forgot that day. You got to give him some credit there, I guess.
But selling, no, it's just selling access to the U.S. president is.
Oh yeah,
not a good
so
show.
Wrong, so wrong. And I wish the news articles would take a little bit of a stance and start saying, you know what, we're sorry, we were wrong, and you just hit it hard and say we want to come clean and lay it all out.
And that's the thing, is like CNN, right? People used to watch CNN for news. I can't remember that. Who was it? Who was that guy that was on CNN, the old that everybody listened to? I can't remember now. Anyway, people used to go to CNN. CNN just wasted $100 million trying to build a CNN Plus streaming service.
And yes, I heard about this.
Cashed it in, and it went away because nobody wants to listen to CNN anymore. You've lost the public trust. When the news organization loses the public trust, you are no more.
Yeah.
And by going political and only showing one side of the truth instead of just stating the facts and let people do it, then there's just don't trust you anymore. And they're not going to pay. They're not going to pay you to throw propaganda at them through an app. That's just never going to happen.
Yeah, I heard it was weren't they also bought out or something like that too? I was thinking that they were bought out. But yeah, it was
right before CNN Plus went live, they were bought out by somebody, and that was part of the deal. And they dumped $110 million in trying to get this in, and then it just went away. It just, in less than a month, I think they closed up shop because nobody was interested in it.
Yeah, they're closing. I think I'm looking it up just right now because I thought it was the end of the month. Because they launched it and tried to get people to come to it, and you're right, nobody came. They're like, no, it wasn't going to happen, and they're struggling anyway. Period. CNN
I think they had less than 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah, and they basically closed shop and announced that it's done, and it was only a couple days after they launched it.
Yeah,
that
embarrassing
decision. Yes.
But
great words.
But this goes back to the conspiracy theories, right? Is like Mr. Krow was saying, is every single conspiracy theory starts with some shred of truth.
Mm-hmm.
It derived from somewhere. And sometimes those conspiracy theories prove to be true.
Sometimes a guy who's really, or lady, let's just be politically, is just a little drunk and lets a little spill out at the bar, and he said, she said, my uncle over there and then it becomes the telephone game, but there's still a little bit of truth behind it.
Know a guy that knew a guy that knew a guy that was there. He was there.
Yeah, exactly.
He was doing lines with Hunter Biden. He saw the whole thing.
He was there. He knew it.
All right,
but that's how they start.
So this is of course this is all satire and all BS. We don't show anything as truth. Disclaimer.
We don't know anything.
But it's the thing is for one minute it was fake news because Twitter said so, and then now all of a sudden maybe it's not. And it's amazing to see this kind of story come back around. But yet all those people that got banned from Twitter, banned from YouTube from talking about stuff, right? That is now proving to be true. They're not unbanning those people and then banning the people that said it wasn't true.
Yeah. It's only one way.
Life isn't fair, though.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
So
Elon's
weird.
gonna fix all that. Go Elon.
Call me.
All right. So what do you guys think about this Twitter having all this power and Elon's laptop? I mean, Hunter Biden's laptop.
I wish we could look at Elon's laptop.
I wonder if he even has one. He's
Probably
got
not.
that personal robot. That's probably what he just talked to his personal robot. He probably doesn't have a computer anymore. Optimus Prime, isn't that what he called it?
I think so. Yes, he did. Yes.
All right, we better get out of here. This was a long one.
Okay.
So
Thanks for sticking around, everyone.
all right,
We'll
much love
see you
all.
next time. Bye.